If we are not part of the Imam's 313 officers, we could be in the army at least, helping out and die for the sake of His Majesty, the Imam. Now, if we change and try to preach Islam, now remember one thing, we don't have to think, okay, let's leave this dunya, become a bad, and becomes, because obviously, as we know, the whole earth would be filled with filth and tyranny and war and everything. But we shouldn't wait for that to come, because first of all, we don't know when it happened. We don't know when we're going to die. We don't, these are all narrations, yes, but there is no exact time that is given to us. So we have to go for to lead the good, to enjoy the good and forbid the evil still. We have to change ourselves from inside. We have to know what's going on, help others, keep your salat, do all your wajibat, but not only keep your all your wajibat, make sure that helping other mu'mins is important. Go and help the orphans in other countries. If you have wealth and you have money, then spend it
in the way.
and don't extravagate with it. Spend it in a good way. Don't leave it there in the bank and then thinking, okay, this is my money. I'm not. No, spend it in a good. Don't just freeze it. Spend it in a good way. There are so many things that you can do to support. Of course, worship is good. The fact is that you helping other people is a worship.
That's a form of ibadah.
Absolutely.
In itself.
Yeah, they say is that a smile is a ibadah. A smile to a mu'min believer is a ibadah. Just helping small things that you do is a ibadah. Helping in the Hazrat, in the if you go to the shrines of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and you're sitting there only helping the people for the shoes, they say this is a this is the great thing that you're doing. These are the things, the small things that you can do. Change your mentality, change your behavior, change your akhlaq and attitude, and learn the way of Ahlul Bayt, the akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt. I'm just going to mention one narration of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. There was a man who came to Imam al-Baqir and he had a lot of hate for the Ahlul Bayt. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, he was sitting and he entered the mosque, and he was sitting and he entered upon him. He says, are you Imam, are you Baqara, the Baqara? Well, Baqara means the cow. Now, so the Imam looked at him and he said, no, I am al-Baqir. He said, okay, you are al-Baqara. He said, no, I'm al-Baqir. And then he said to him that I've heard that your mother was such and such. So he looked at him. Now, I would say if another person would hear something about his mother, he will be angry and he will start a fight, or he will be insulting the other person. What the Imam did is he looked at him and he said, if my mother what you say she is, then I will ask you to forgive her and ask Allah to forgive her. But if my mom is not what you're saying about her, then I will ask forgiveness to Allah for you. As soon as he said that person, he was astonished. He fell on his feet and he started to kiss. He said, these are the akhlaq of the anbiya. These are the akhlaq of the Prophet. These are the moralities. Yeah. And this is what we need to do. We need to have in ourselves.
Certainly. And you mentioned that the Imam, that we are anticipating the reappearance of the Imam, but similarly the Imam may feel that we are not ready and we haven't reached that state of maturity yet to suffice his reappearance. So are these the expectations that the Imam has from us? Is this, during his time of ghaibah, is this what he is expecting us to do?
Of course. He wants to know that when he comes and tell you something, that you will be ready to do. That you in your heart have no doubt. The same as the companions of Imam Hussein. The 32 companions that they were there, they didn't have no doubt about their mission. They know they're going to die. They didn't have any doubt that they are on the right path. And they were not afraid of dying. And the same thing for us. If we want to be there, He want to choose the best out of the best. Now, a narration of, there is Talut, which is a king mentioned in the Quran. He said when he wanted to, when he was in a war with Jalut, he approached a river. Now he received information that he will be approaching a river, and they say this that it was revealed to him, or it was aspired that he should actually test who is the best out of his thousands of army, and they were Bani Israel at that time. When he approached, he told them before, he said, we're going to approach a river. Now that river tastes so nice, have a nice taste, and it's so clean, and it's so cold, you will enjoy it. And because they didn't have water for days, so they were very tired. He said, okay, everybody is there. I don't want you to take, you're only allowed to drink a bit of water, but you're not allowed to jump in. You're not allowed to do anything else than just have a bit of water. Now they say that as soon as he approached the river, everybody jumped into the water, except for 313 soldiers.
Right.
Subhanallah, history repeats itself. From hundreds of thousands, his army, 313 who actually only took a bit of water, they drank, and then they washed their face and they stood aside. And the other were actually swimming and enjoying and everything. And this is given example. They didn't listen to their some they say it's prophet, but the other says by it's being sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the Bani Israel. And they didn't listen to him. The same for us. We have to be ready. He is looking for the perfect personality, that obviously not perfect in such a way that there's nobody's perfect, but at such a level that we will be submitted to him as soon as he reappears. We will know that he is the Imam. Because a lot of people, they say this, that the first people will die, will be killed. This is the narration. They say are a lot of scholars will be killed, because he said these are the scholars that are actually not showing the truth. These are the scholars. So a lot of scholars, they will say, it's not time for your appearance. Go back. It's not time yet. This is what they would say about him, and they said that is the. This is the way we have to be ready. This is what he is expecting from us, to be at that level.
Do we not hold some worry if we look in this time of Muharram at the period of Karbala, the story of Karbala? We feel that the people that called Imam Hussein and submitted or declared their submission and support for him were the same ones that turned on him, and when it came to it, they weren't ready to stand up for haqq and what they knew to be the truth. Yet we can, I feel, and I'm sure many people, brothers and sisters out there, feel that they are ready. They would love the Imam when they come, and they would submit at that time any amount of sacrifice they would be willing to make. Yet, can we really trust ourselves? And if we look at the people at the time of Karbala, they too were Muslims, and good Muslims. It's not that they were misinformed or that they were bad people. They had knowledge.
That's right. I would say, first of all, I would mention first, if we look inside ourselves, would we find ourselves ready for the Imam? Are we good enough for the Imam to put his hand above our head and give us intellect, to enlighten us. So, are we ready for that? The Imam Hussein alayhi salam, when he approached Karbala, when he was in Karbala, the 7th day, Muharram, 4,000 people were with him. 4,000 people. These are the people that said, we will be supporting you.
And we will come,
Yes,
and fight.
but he went and tested them one by one. And he said to them, this is not your war, this is mine war. If you want, I will put, he put a cloth on around his eye. He said, leave before the night comes. And that was on the 9th. And then they said people left 2 by 2, 4 by 4, 10 by 10, 20 by 20, until there were only 72 companions left from 4,000. And that's the reason there were around 70,000, narrations say 130,000 soldiers, because they were expecting a big amount of soldiers supporting the Imam. But there were only 72 after 4,000. Everybody left. Imam told them, anybody stays and he hears my call when he say, Allah hal min nasirin yansuruna. If is there anybody who supports us, and if nobody respond to him and he's around there, he will be as the people who killed him.
Absolutely.
And this is the same. Are we ready? Look inside yourself and think very careful. Are you ready when the Imam comes to you, that you will say, yes, I will leave everything, I will sacrifice my life, my children, my wife, my wealth, my health for your sake. And this is the important thing that we know about. And believe me, you are able to reach the Imam. You are able to get his help. You ask him for something, he will be there for you. He will support you. Be sincere. Be or have the akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt within inside yourself. Not only the wajibat, but the wajibat is very important. Do your wajibat and make sure you have the akhlaq. You have the deen and you have the akhlaq. And that's when you succeed. And I promise you that you will be, if you're not part of the 313, you will be part of the soldiers. And you will die for the sake of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam.
Inshallah, and that's an aspiration that we should all hold close to our hearts. And as you say, the time is now to reflect and inspect ourselves with some degree of carefulness to ensure that we are heading in the right direction, and that if the Imam was to come, we're willing to make sacrifices, and it's not purely something that's superficial and that we just hold on our lips but has no true depth or meaning. Brother Mujib, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us on this such an important subject, and giving us some really handy tips as to how we can go out there and improve ourselves and the things that we should be doing in aspiration of the return of the Imam. Dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the session today as much as I have, and inshallah we can all benefit and take heed, and from tomorrow or tonight, as we should waste no time, try and be the better people and the true servicemen of the Imam that he wants us to be before he makes his reappearance. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.